I tire.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the stolen lands and return with the Stag Lord's head, but I knew you could handle it. Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baron before the High Society of Restov, and even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the stolen lands if you wish, but this time as a ruler. But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections.
Okay, that
Speaking
sounds
of
fun.
connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Eldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
Or a spy. A young half-orc with impeccable poise. How do you pronounce it, poise? Poise? From the textbook perfect bow. Do you mind just what do you already know about your... Yeah. Do you already know about my encounter with Tartuzio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
What kind of games are you playing?
Yes, you certainly have that right. But tell me, how well do you know Brevoy's history
so it was
or the
poise.
current political atmosphere? It won't be an
Cool,
easy
thank you.
explanation.
What do I need to know about the history of Brevoy?
What's now called Brevoy was originally two different countries, Rostland and Issia. 200 years ago, they were stuck in constant squabbles. Then, Coral the Conqueror showed up and united the two states into one. Such diplomatic tricks are easy to manage when you have dragons at your disposal.
Ooh, fancy. Based on Aegon the Conqueror?
The so-called noble houses of Brevoy, mainly Sertova, Orlovsky, and Lebeda, once ruled over Issia. We, the Eldori, ruled Rostland. The royal house Rogarvia, founded by Coral the Conqueror, forced us into obedience. But 200 years isn't long enough to make peace with such a troubled history. Even 2,000 years wouldn't be enough for us to accept Issian rule. Brevoy is a country held together by a thread, and that thread grows ever weaker.
But what do I need to know about the current political atmosphere?
We, the Eldori and the great noble houses, spent 200 years under the rule of invaders, the royal house Rogarvia. We plotted, we schemed, we stabbed each other in the back, but open confrontation was out of the question. But a few years ago, House Rogarvia disappeared. No one knows how or why, but one day, their manors were just empty, and the force that held Brevoy together, that kept us from a bloody feud, ceased to be. Brevoy is currently ruled by the House Sertova, the former kings of Issia, but their power pales in comparison to that of House Rogarvia when they were here. So now Sertova and Eldori stand facing each other, staring each other in the eye, waiting for the other to draw their sword. It's an untenable situation. No one wants a civil war that would drown Brevoy in blood, but peace between us is also out of the question.
What role do I play?
Rostland wants to regain its independence, and we will regain it. The power the Issians hold over us is humiliating and costly, and the Sertovas won't give us our freedom without a fight. That is, unless there is some external power that can force everyone to sit down and talk. Do you see where this is going?
Oh, smart.
The stolen lands are disputed territory.
Very
Brevoy
smart.
can't appropriate them without raising protests from each of the neighboring states. However, if some brave people were to found independent states on that land, it would be another matter entirely. My hope is that you and your future neighbors, Baron Hannes Drelev and Captain Mager Varn, will become our allies. But even your neutrality would introduce a powerful counterbalance to the aggression of the noble houses. Maybe, with your help, the inevitable division of Brevoy can occur without too much pain.
Interesting.
We hope to get some help from the Myvani Eldori, the descendants of the Sword Lords who have fled from Coral's rage to build a new nation in the south. But the Issians know this well, and are doing everything they can to deny us this help. I won't go into details, but if my intelligence is correct, if a civil war starts in Brevoy, Myvan will be too occupied with its own inner troubles to interfere. Restov is a free city, proud of its independence from everyone, including the Aldori Sword Lords. But when it comes to Rostland's liberation, our goals align. This whole plan is our joint creation with Lord Mayor Yosef Selemius.
Okay. If Natala's already here, why did she let you grant me the title?
Actually, she could still intervene and disrupt the proceedings. But she's a Sertova. Their games are always complex and multi-layered. They're always looking for ways to turn defeat into victory. If she's decided to allow you to become a baron, it means she already has some idea of how she can turn it to her benefit. Let's consider how she could do so. Maybe she understands that Rostland will inevitably separate and she doesn't want a war. In that case, new states in the Stolen Lands give the Issians a reason to sit down and talk without losing face. But that's an optimistic view, and truth be told, it doesn't quite match up with what we've come to expect from the Sertovas. The more likely scenario is that Natala wants to win you over to her side. If war breaks out and at least one of you stabs us in the back, Rostland will be surrounded by enemies. That might be enough to bring about our downfall. But you would fall first, and your newly formed states would be left in ruin. The Issians always like to have someone around to pull their chestnuts out of the fire for them. A piece of friendly advice? Don't do business with House Sertovas, no matter what promises they make you. Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
So what happens
How
next?
should I know? We're in the middle of a big game. And today, you move from being merely a piece.
Thank
I
you for
hope you have a better
explanation.
understanding of what's at stake.
I'm going to speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening.
To socialize, have a party. Whoop, whoop. Oh my god. Last time we had a party like this, we got attacked. I want to talk to the guard. What torture? The guests eat and drink and we can't even move. Oh. Mega Varn. This man is already more comfortable with the battlefield. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mega Varn, the new ruler of Dunsward, your neighbor to the east. I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn the title? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Mandi Aldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Farming host. You heard of us? No? No man. You've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. Bolts into the area, cleared it off, the most brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place. After that, a barony, a land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel being noble? Like a pheasant on a plate. Killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away. Get me eaten. See that lad? Baron Drelev? He's not like us. Who knows what generation of Baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me? We're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those, like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. Well, it was nice meeting you. Bye. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay us a visit. Oh, Keston. Can I talk to you, Keston? No. Chandra Merve? Oh, yeah. Oh, Tristian is here. Nice. Okay, can't talk to him. Amiri, can't talk to her. Lander, can I talk to you? Also not? Oh, I can. Well-dressed young man of about 17 years looks at you with a bullet smile. So, You're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be a baron. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Are you from Restovic nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. Wanted to see for myself who the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. Truth be told, that precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of the Brevois noble houses. Won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. Yeah, I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself, not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevois if I'm going to rule part of it someday. That's smart. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary. Refuse, take me instead. Don't look at my age. While I may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been trained to rule since I was a child. Be far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. I'll consider it.
That is not far.
Guest. Wait, Drelev. He doesn't like us. Baron Hannes Drelev. And you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so the Sword Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lives land to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamandi would have simply given all the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons. Huh, the likes of you and Varn. I hate this guy already. So you have no army and no special merits. You were just given lands for being pretty? Under other circumstances, I'd have you whip for such words, but let's not ruin Lady Eldori's celebration, If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do another time. Goodbye. I hope I can attack that guy or send spies or whatever. I really hate him already. Samsky Key. Handsome man with a weather-beaten face grabs her tightly in Ezra. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Svansky Key, High Priest of Arastil in Rostov. I saw how you fought beside Jamandi that night. Your god granted you impressive power. Yes, I used to serve Arastil on the battlefield, but those days are long past. Now I call on the power to heal those who have fallen from a roof more often than anyone wounded by a sword. Do many people venerate Arastil? They revere many gods. They pray to Abadar, patron of cities, and Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also more rare cults, but there are no denying that the Stag God has the largest congregation here. And no wonder, people here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. Bringing law into the stolen lands is a difficult endeavor. I would be grateful for any help you could spare. Oh man. The most pious aspirations are often hindered, but it's not the case that it's overcoming such obstacles allow us to become closer to our God. I give you my blessing, and I believe you will be able to overcome these hardships and achieve your goals. Your dress surprisingly simple. The nobles dress in silk and satin to stand out from the poor. The priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. I like it.
In due time.
Wait, who do I need to talk to? Not that I'm going to accidentally talking to the honored guest. You are not only tough but quick. Well, congratulations. Enjoy it while you can. So, what do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Eldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of our plans, I assume? We're preparing to separate from Brevois. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength. Hence, using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. So, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers, the noble houses. The Dory won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. Would be happy to help you. I would consider your proposal. Okay. Joseph Semius. Well, if it isn't the hero of the festivity. You pulled this all off quite cleverly, I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pictasian wine against you. And I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Eldori has always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe you've been introduced. Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town. What about the Eldori? It's complex politics. What kind of events were you talking about? It needs to be well informed and talking about the disappearance of the ruling house. Can you imagine? Old man Coral conquered the lands 2 centuries ago. To be shameless lie to say that nobody wishes royal house could just disappear into thin air. But once that exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready. How are things here in Rostov? Don't want to boast, but it's going well. Okay. 500 of building supplies, I'm sure that would give you good. In exchange, I would ask a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting buildings. Do we have a deal? Thank you for the offer, but I can accept. I'll probably, in the end, I just need... What's nice meet? Seal Adori. Okay.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin...
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he? Oh, the heir of House Lebeda. Naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. Who knows what he has in mind? From what I understand, you've decided to take Lander Lebeda with you. Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care. From what I understand, you've decided to take Lander.
I'll
Whatever
take
you
that guy.
choose, I won't argue.
I'm ready to
But you
for the
must.
ceremony.
Excellent. Stand here.
Let's see how it goes.
Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon, Captain Mager Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword, and finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Rostov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Victory! The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Welcome, Your Grace. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamani transferred me here. I'm at your disposal. Not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. Here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital's citizen. Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Rostov, much has been done. Your benefactors, the Eldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. Ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important site. Are there any citizens you know? The old acquaintance Jot is right here. Aristo's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Brevoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter, and an elf has paid us a visit. Blind elf. That's not only knows how he managed to get here. Seems peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd, so I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him. That's about it, I guess. The mood of the people? I must admit, I've never seen anything like that in my city, a whole barony, Born run in front of our eyes. People sense the moment and today retreating crowd. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I'd normally feel out of place. There are my companions. They're all somewhat around here, but I never kept an eye on who we went where exactly. Well, I seen Tristian is with Jot. You can always find Lindsay, just follow the noise and turmoil. And where can I get a drink? I'll make sure to show you. The moment we enter the city, tavern was the first business that opened. Building a city is thirsty work, and beg your forgiveness for my behavior during your reception. I drink a little bit too much. It's a day of celebration. Eat the way. So now they're going to teach you to build a city. You need to do that. Oh. Oh, I don't recognize this. How can I even recognize it? Yeah, exactly. So oh my god, speed is kind of straight and up. Okay. Okay. It is my first playthrough, yes. I also didn't look up anything, no builds, no nothing. I only played the D&D game, the board game with friends. It's my only thing that I don't know. I thought I added this background. I also start to recognize now the place from the fort. The building is your residence, that's where you will head to. Change anything about the difficulty, so the default one. It also said if it's your first playthrough, don't change it. You're about to make the unyielding stolen lands a prosperous kingdom. There's a long and arduous road. Good luck. Okay, so we now reach the main chambers. This is the throne room where you hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports. Hello, my dear friend. Yeah, I think it's a normal difficulty. I'm glad to see you're in good health. Let's see how you remain so steady in these circumstances. But in truth, I shouldn't worry. A little effort and this barony will become a rich and prosperous. Unity +6, loyalty +6, military +3, economy, divine, arcane, stability, new events. Village temple. Okay. Difficulty level at any time set it if you won't have to deal with most government, they will be taken care of and your barony will never fail. However, this will also prevent you from unlocking any Since ruling seems to be a new thing, I'll put it matter sadly. There are two kinds of issues that the Baron must address. Boring ones and amusing ones. You have servants and advisors to handle all the boring problems. You can give them orders from whenever it pleases you. Sometimes an urgent matter will arise. A dragon attack or a visit. Noble dignitaries like myself. Good night, Will. Have a good night of sleep. See you next time. Events like these demand the Baron's personal presence in the capital. We mark the events on the map too. According to the ancient tradition, and most of the river of Pavoy and most of the rulers in these parts find it convenient to receive visitors and chop off heads at the beginning of each month. I know, well, the tradition can be tedious, but nevertheless, I advise you to visit the capital on important days. But here's the main thing, you should start choosing people to fill the key positions right away. Your clerics, you're the first to beg for an audience. I leave you to your thoughts for them. Sure you make wise decisions. Of that, I have no doubt. Okay. Into Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. Confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. To be honest, it isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you. Christian and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. Corrupted the very essence of that sacred place. Steeping it with the putrescence. Ugh, disgusting. And now there's a new woe. Tristan and I believe the curse did not simply disperse. It was a place near the capital rumored by the locals to be cursed. Christian and I visited this dreadful place and we felt the same putrance at the Temple of the Elk. Okay, where is it? There's a bald hilltop not far from here. I think that once. Crown is entirely barren of the life. The locals believe that rituals glorifying the dark gods are held there. Okay, and this wound will undoubtedly open again. Go there as soon as I'm able. Yeah, Ben, it's barren but filled with a dense atmosphere. Okay, what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength and will predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit. Beg your pardon, yeah. Oh. I pass. Okay, let me quickly go to the tutorial. Population, loyalty, military, economy, divine, relations, stability, magic, culture, and espionage. Stats increase your governance if successful and decrease it decrease if events don't end well, or other negative factors. Every 20 points will increase your rank. Rank 1 unlocks a corresponding advisor position. Further development on the stat upgrades to its rank. Okay. Governing it will require 1 advisor for each stat. You may appoint your companions as well. Each of the 10-point positions has at least 3 characters who are qualified. Not all of will be willing to serve you right away. Some of them will need to be convinced. Appointing others will require completing an assignment for them or rendering them some other service. Okay. Every barony stat gains from a bonus from a specific ability to opponent. The exact size of the bonus is indicated in the upper right corner. Only advisors may address the problem. Cannot be changed, okay? Barony. Oh. Barony, the name of the barony. I don't know. How am I going? I'm just going to keep it stolen. Simple. Click on your capital to open the settlement. Nothing is built. Constructing building. You construct each building costs PP. Construction time. Building may provide special bonuses if you meet certain conditions. Most commonly, 2 buildings must stand close. Stand a bonus. Some building can be placed in designated spot. A pier must be built in water. Okay. Demolish a building to get rid of it and recover half the resources. If you want to move a building, you would have to demolish the old one, spend and construct it anew for half the price. You won't have to spend an extra BP. Okay. But this is constructed. Build. Oh my god. What is it? Luckily, you don't have 200 million options. Can be upgraded, requires a town. Yeah, I'm going to build this. The watchtower, windmill. It's obvious place there. Oh my god, so many things. Wow. The windmill, what does it do? Wind-driven mill for grinding grain. +1 to community if located in a settlement with a granary or a brewery. +2 if there's both. Okay, what does the brewery do? +1 to loyalty when located with a windmill in a tavern. What is granary? What is granary? So I can place a granary here, yes. And then a brewery here. And then a tavern. Oh god. Windmill here. Jesus. Barracks. Longhouse. What's a longhouse? Meetings and discussions. Actually, I would like to do that in the middle here. Maybe I should. Oh, I could have put. Well, I'm going to build a wooden wall as well. And a yeah, I think for now stats. Should I? Herbalist house, loyalty. That's always good. I don't have a tavern yet. I think I'm going to here a tavern and then smithy. What was I looking at? Like, what is adjacent to a longhouse? The barracks? Lumberyard? No. Monument, shop, shrine? To the shop, and then smithy next to the shop. And I have one spot left over, and I think I'll make a bullet. Boom. I have no clue if this was smart, but whatever. 7 days. Everything is most things will be done in 7 days. Okay, so assigning advisors. Let's see, military. Choose an advisor for this position. I go for Amiri. Treasurer. Oh. You may claim new regions to expand your territory. Open the regions tab. Claiming will allow you to significantly increase your barony stats and found settlements in new lands. Meet special regional conditions. Collect sufficient BP for the claim. Find an unoccupied who can take charge of the claim. Okay. Treasurer, no one is yet able to do that yet. And the High Priest, who can do this. I like Yod. I like him more. So the Regent. You're Valerie, because you're quite lawful. Counselor deals with troubles of the common folk. Trust him for now. Oh. Almost all advisor slots are filled. That's nice. So, economy. What's this? Restore. Oh, okay. I'll have a look at this later. Projects. So, now that the undead engineer's curse has been lifted, it might be prudent to study it and be more prepared. Okay, requires 4 plus 2 divine. Okay. Start project. Yes. What's this? Our merchants will receive the right to establish a sizable trading post in the heart of New Stadfin. Each city in the Barony gains an extra 5 building points per week, plus 2 for each town and plus 1 for each village. Okay, Jesus, I need a lot. As Kiki, High Priest of Aristil from Restov, has a strong interest in spreading the Stag's God's fate across the region. He's eager to build a shrine dedicated to Aristil on your land, but at his own expense. Accept his offer if you wish to gain a useful ally and a place to worship for. Cannot do this now. And region. Name outskirts. Declare the outskirts part of your kingdom. Where are the outskirts? Mention that. I don't have enough funds at all. South, north. Oh. Can I actually claim all of this? About this? Not camping. Oh yeah, the outskirts are kicking it. Nice. Oh, this is the region where I... Oh, okay, okay. Anyway.
I tire.
Exactly. I also tire at the moment. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, as it will help me know what kind of content you prefer. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.